Yeah, your software. Internet's having issues, so that's what she appears to be. Anyways, back on to it. Okay, nice. Yeah, internet's having some of the old issues. I'll keep an eye on it. 15% of my frames broadcasted have been dropped. Yikes. Well, yeah, it's a FOV limitation here in Open Orbiter. They could see the LEM clear as day. It was only 60 miles away, really. And extremely reflective. And it's the only thing that casts a shadow, so had all that working for it. No, I don't, but as I told Folgers, it was looking straight down. That's the problem, not looking sideways. Looking sideways like this is fine, and in the Sextant, it's looking straight down is not great. Okay. Let's go ahead and pitch up 38 degrees. 10, 20, 30. Rolling to heads up. Rolling right to 0, 0, 0. Okay, going Omni Delta. And let's get in the LEM tracking attitude. Let's check one more time, see if we got it. Going very slowly with this one. We don't want to run into more issues with the RCS. Yeah, I'm excited for the new hatch too, actually. I think it's gonna be pretty good. Pretty great. Okay. Going pulse. Alright, let's begin LEM observation and see what we can find. Hopefully some good news. Acquisition has already actually passed, so let's see. Still not seeing it. We tried. Okay, stopping orbit rates. Rolling right to 180. Okay. High gain antenna. Oh, it looks like we actually still have a lock. 83. Okay. Could you even see them beta? Yes, I could, actually. I could see the box, at least. We'll try with Apollo 12. It has a brighter landing site. And Apollo 12's got something else really cool about it, but I don't want to spoil it. We'll take a small break from RTCC. I think I'll do Apollo 12. And then Apollo 13 it is. Okay. EVA beended. Okay, let's get Buzz Aldrin. Yes, the funny glitch when using the F3 window that happens sometimes. Very quiet out here in space. Okay, Neil, you're up next. Yeah, well, with the Apollo 12's landing site, we should still be able to see the shadow, so we would have that going for us. Okay. Close the hatch. Cabin repress to auto. Repress valve is open. And that completes our Apollo 11 surface activities. The only thing we would need to do now is depressurize one more time to throw out some trash, do some scientific littering, and then lift off from the moon. Well, Mike saw them right because the render distance in real life doesn't cap at 40 miles. So, 60 miles is nothing for the human eye. You could easily see 60 miles away. You could spot a needle in a haystack from 60 miles, damn near. We kind of have a lot of oxygen. I mean, look at... We barely used any on a full cabin to repress. Kind of crazy. Okay, cabin, the warning light is off. Cabin pressure is stable. Circuit breaker, suit fan 1 close. Suit fan delta pressure close. That H2O SEP light will turn off very shortly. Let's go ahead and get the CDR and LMP inside the cabin. There we go. Liquid cooling garment pump close. Systems engineer audio open. And then close. Biomed telemetry right. CDR audio open. Move some cables around. And then close. We will configure VHF, excuse me, VHF-A to receive. ICS-PTT. Receive. Off. ICS-PTT. Relay off. Okay. That pretty much completes EVA closeout. Columbia. Every time we use that damn F3 window. DAP deadband 10 degrees. 10 degrees is greater than our maximum 8, so we're going to go to DAP deadband this time. I think we'll support it, and after we set up for the rest period, we will pretty much be done. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know not many people hang around at nighttime, but unfortunately it was the only time I could do this today. So I hope you two enjoyed, at least. And I know one new person came in and saw this, and maybe they're lurking, just, you know, enjoying the switch flipping ASMR. Or maybe it was too complicated and they left, I don't know, but I mean, they're not the one flying, so too complicated is a bit of a stretch of an excuse for leaving, but, you know, not a lot of people find the space particularly joyful from the first-person perspective. So yeah, we'll go ahead and close out, which I think entails one more cabin depressurization, but that could be after the sleep period, so we'll see. I don't have the Apollo 11 flight plan memorized like the back of my hand, but after that I think we'll do a 12 landing before we do Apollo 13. And then I think maybe after Apollo 13, I'll go back and do Apollo 8 and 11. And we'll focus on, you know, making tutorial for 8 and 11. For RTCC. Will be the first fully comprehensive tutorial of RTCC ever. And 13, pretty much the entire accident portion will need to be done in real time, because I will have to have the audio in order to cue me in on when to flip switches, and we will pretty much be following the audio. I'll have the crew, like, panel open, and if they ever get critical, then, you know, there's the suit compressors required at the moment. I really wanted to hold out on Apollo 13 until the CSM ECS changes. But it looks like 13 is running up a lot faster than I anticipated, so... good for me, because I really wanted to do 13, but bad for me because that makes the disaster situation a little bit less realistic, having to worry about the suit compressor and keeping a bus alive for it, so... Okay, 115.50. Back to the LEM. Prepare for equipment jettison. Well, you know, we don't really need to be holding orbit right now. Observations are over. Okay, so we've completed EVA stuff we've gotten out of the PGA, so we'll go ahead and get in our regular suits pretty much and prepare for our scientific littering, throwing some trash out the LEM hatch, and then closing out the actual EVA checklist is complete after the equipment jettison. Which is a very fancy way of saying littering the surface of the moon. We'll go ahead and start that procedure once we hit 116.5. $116.5. Everyone's to suit. Alright, suit circuit relief valve closed. Pressure regulator A close. Direct O2. We're going to do a PGA pressure integrity check real quick in order to make sure that we're actually go to depress the LEM with our regular suit instead of the portable life support units, aka a la the suit that was used in the EVA. But we should see a pressure drop of about 0.3 psi in a 1 minute, and that looks good to me. So we'll go for the depress here. Once we're in the green, we'll start to depress. We don't want to start it while we're at above the green, because otherwise it'll get impossible to move. It'll be very stiff, very painful, and it could kill us. Okay, well, they're jettisoning the equipment. We'll go back to the old CM here. Making our very slow maneuver. I definitely don't like this DAP configuration they've got going on. It is absolutely my least favorite part about this mission so far. 116.25, yes, exactly. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, 116.25, close the hatch. Okay, cabin is sealed. Cabin repressed to auto. Regulator, let's get some light here. Let's get a little bit out in the back. Pump up the lights. Lem's a little dark. Say cabin. Cabin. And there we go. Alright, let's take a look at this while we're pressurizing the lunar module. You are still maneuvering as slow as ever. But the maneuver is close to being done based on this roll angle. Alright, we're up to snuff. Cabin gas return to auto. Push. Add them back to the cabin. VHF antenna select aft. Alright, stow the EVA antenna. Okay, EVA antenna is stowed. Okay, post EVA circuit breaker configuration. While that's running, how are you doing? Pretty close. I don't like that pitch needle, but if you say so. Okay, that's still going along. Verb 48. Verb 24. 11111. 01111. Proceed, proceed, proceed. Okay, no yaw control, only pitch and roll. Okay. Sure. Enable BD roll jets. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't like the game of no yaw control. Verb 21. Noun 01. 3255. 1616. Verb 83. Terminate the battery charge. Manifold pressure is good. Okay. Sequence camera open. Okay, VHF off. Off. Alright, so we are no longer transmitting television, so we will modulate back on pulse modulate. And we'll go CW enable. Left. Bitrate will remain low despite its objections. Okay. Okay, the load is equalized. Obviously for bats 1 through 4, 5 and 6 obviously not, they're not on a bus. CDR bus is good. System engineers bus is good. AC bus is good. We did the EED test already. Okay. Let's calculate a liftoff time, and that will be one of the very last things we do. Well, actually, I think I may have already calculated one. Lunar module ascent pad. Okay, it did get wiped out. Okay, let's calculate the liftoff time. An update on that, so let's go ahead and just do that real quick. But of course you have fuel in your ascent propulsion system, and your... Hold on. Propellant quantity gauging system. Sure, I don't know what all that was about. If I pull that circuit breaker, what happens now? Nothing. Okay, why did it go to 0? I don't know. Alright. Vectors. DC. Time of ephemeris. DC. Time of ephemeris. Maneuver targeting, rendezvous, co-elliptic sequence, chaser, lem, target CSM, forgot to turn on mission planning table. Init TPI. Actually, wait, no, hold on. Before we do this one, it was TPI time. Target Columbia. TPI 23 minutes before sunrise. Our guess was 127 hours. Calculate. 0603, that's the same. Chaser Lem. DPI time 127. 0603. CSI at Lem Apolloon 127. Initialization 26.6. Looks good. Display, calculate. Liftoff at 124:31:11. One 24:31:11. And TPI would be at 127:06:03. Ascent calculator, time of liftoff 124:31. 24:31:11. Calculate. Cross range is now -2 nautical miles. One 124:31:10. Okay. And there's our pad. Lunar module ascent at 124.31, 10.00 plus 5535.6 horizontal velocity plus 0032.0 is our vertical velocity. Down 76 minus 0003.0 is our cross range. Plus 37676 is Deta. 047 plus 02673 Deta 053 plus 58658 Deta 225226 plus 56959 Deta 231. Okay, updated liftoff time is calculated. Just for shits and giggles, let's also calculate our co-elliptic sequence. So let's take a look. CSI is going to be at 125, 29, 36, and just because we'll also write down CDH to be at 126, 27, 45. Fixed TPI. Standard CSI 125, 29, 36. We'll go with 125 hours. Need to calculate. No plans. Because we didn't put in a TPI time, that's why. Okay. And that's going to be our predicted lunar module CSI at the 125, 29, 36. That's the pad for it. And that should be everything I need from the RTCC. CSM appears to be very stable. Our CS usage was minimal in those final phases of the lunar surface experiments. So I'm confident in making a save here, and then time skipping without being in the CSM. Okay, rendezvous radar, operate, circuit breaker closed. We will get to biomed left, and that starts the rest period. So with that, we are officially done here for tonight. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the EVA. Sorry about the stream crashing and having to restart. But it is what it is. Hope you enjoyed my RTCC shenanigans as well. And have a good one. Next time we'll be streaming, we'll be doing Lunar Module Ascent. So definitely stick around for that one. It's one of the most interesting maneuvers that I've ever seen in the LEM, so I'll see you all around. It was a pleasure.